going to do this video coming up. We went to the Oklahoma City Car Show. Had a lot of cool stuff out there. They had one of the videos that I'll show is where they completely tear down an engine and rebuild it within about 20 minutes or so. Pretty impressive. All these kids are high school kids training to go to NASCAR and that kind of thing. So unfortunately, I was trying to get my car out there, and if you see the other video, you'll see that that my radiator's busted. So got to get a new radiator. Wasn't able to make it, but I'll just do some pictures of vehicles that I saw out there. There's lots of cool old cars, some military cars, some brand new. The 2020 Corvette is on there too. I'll just do where the guys break down the engine. That's about 20 minutes long, so if you don't want to watch it, understand, you don't have to watch it. Otherwise it is from start to finish. So I thought it was pretty cool. The other thing is the pictures. They're just going to be a bunch of pictures I'll throw up there. If you want to look at them, that's great. If not, that's cool too. Just a quick video I thought you guys might be interested in. So guys, comment, rate, and we'll talk to you later. See ya.
3, 2, 1, go. All tools, all things that are done are no power tools. They're all hand tools. Everything has to be on the bench when they start. Everything has to be on the bench when they turn around to build. Everything has to be on the bench when they are finished. When they're doing this in competition, there are 5 judges per team watching everything they are doing, making sure they're torquing, making sure they're doing the right procedures, make sure they're doing safety procedures. Everything that they do, there are rules for. So they work together. There's no right way, no wrong way. You'll see one team do things different than another team. It really doesn't matter. It's all about the finished product, ever how they get there. Some teams take off the oil pan, some teams leave it for last. Some teams do it first. Some teams do the front end first. Some of them do the top first. Again, it doesn't matter. It's all about the finished product getting to the same place at the same time. These engines are 410 horse small block Chevrolets. They got Edelbrock aluminum intakes, Edelbrock heads. They have Hypertech pistons in them, Moroso oil pans, aluminum water pumps, fluid dampener harmonic balancers. These are performance engines that they practice with to go compete at the national finals.
They run them at the end?
No, they do not run them at the end. These things have been down and up so many times. But if you did put fire fuel and oil, the ones that are done right, they would run. No dynos and stuff too big to run them in there and get them in there as much as they go at them. And some of these things that you see from across the country, you wouldn't want to be close to them when they started them.
So then suck to like this.
When they get these things tore down, everything will be on the bench and organized. Head bolts have to be out of the heads. They have to be all the way tore down except for the valves. The valves will be left in the heads when they do this. When they go back, they will adjust valves. They will set the timing. They will have everything done so that literally if they were to put fire, fuel, and oil to them, they would run.
Pull it up over it's just messy. I took the crank in and said, take that.
Again, these guys, when they get these done, with penalties and everything, they have to do them in under 33 minutes to qualify for the national finals in Las Vegas, Nevada. So they get judge points on them. They, if they have a perfect motor, in other words, they don't drop any components, they don't have any torquing issues, they don't have any safety violations and all that, they get a 1 minute credit to their teardown, and if it's a perfect motor, they will move on if it's under 33 minutes.
It's a hydraulic motor, so it's an 86 lane block. Because we have high schools around the country. Those aluminum can't afford paper towels. Way less than the iron that's behind my stuff. Start practicing if we participate. We didn't. No.
Team Dorelli is starting to pull pistons. Team Elderbrock over there is getting ready to pull their heads off. They're going through it. Again, these are new teams from last year. They had teams that graduated and went on to free scholarships. Some of them went to UTI. We had a couple of them that went to UTI NASCAR Institute, and have a couple of NASCAR teams that are bidding to pay for their last bit of tuition to go to work for a NASCAR team. Every young man's dream. I wish they had this when I was a kid. It is paid for. We just had horses. Giddy up. In my day. In your day.
Yeah, you got it.
That's true. There you go.
Had to help.
You're right. It wasn't NASCAR. It was stock cars, wasn't it? I don't know if they were stock either. Ran on moonshine.
Moonshine run.
Again, when they get through, they have to make the turn. They all have to go back behind the bench. The judge will make sure that all the parts, everything out here on the floor, sockets, anything like that, they have to be removed, or they can't make the turn until they've got it all picked up.
Shoot. Judge, rotate. Judge, rotate.
These guys, the biggest thing about this contest, one of the things is that they learn communication skills working with each other, making sure that everything is done, everything is right. When this goes back together, they have to set the timing on it, dot to dot, get the crankshaft in line. They put the pistons back in the correct hole, make sure the rod caps are on correctly, make sure they are torqued. There are 16 head bolts and 1 stud. Every one of them has to be torqued in a manufactured torque sequence. They are done in 2 stages, 2 torques. Go. Again, they're starting to build back up over here. Now, just because this team is ahead of the other team doesn't mean a whole lot. Penalties can bring them back. Really close. Good. Go. Go. All right, they're right on them. So right there side by side, they're moving right along. They have to oil everything. They have to clock the pistons to make sure that the rings are correctly. They have to oil the rod bearings. They have to oil the lifters. They have to oil push rods. They're making sure the marks are right on the timing. Pistons are going in. They call out dot to dot to make sure the judge sees the dot to dot. Again, if everything was done correctly, these engines should fire and run with fire, fuel, and oil put to them. Couple things you can watch for on the torque wrenches. There cannot be two torque wrenches on the same motor at the same time. They can have one on the head and one on the motor, but not two of them on the same motor at the same time. If they do, it's a 3-minute penalty added to their build time. Both teams are moving right along real good. Notice they holler out rotating crank. Judges do that, make them do that for a particular reason. If they got a hand up in there and that crank gets rotated without hollering it out, it can cut somebody really, really bad. Notice all the engine builders. Everybody out on the floor that's building an engine has a helmet on. We had a young man that got hurt about 10 years ago, got hit in the head, got knocked out, and ended up going to the hospital. So now they have to wear helmets when they're out there under the hood, basically. Out here building the engine on the floor. Moving so fast they can get hurt, so they got to really be careful.
What happens in the garage?
Notice we don't have power tools, but you can look at the speed handles and you can see how fast they've learned to use the speed handles.
Well, they have to go by manufacturer's spec. Whatever the manufacturer's spec is. And they should have that of memory. Intake and exit. exhaust for your valves.
George, you'll take a crank. Holding. Clear.
They have to make sure they torque the heads, two-step process. They have to adjust the valves, set the distributor in correctly, torque the intake manifold correctly.
Click.
Click. Click.
I'm hitting my notes.
Click. 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 Broadcast 30 foot. Click. 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 Judge will take credit.
You're good.
Short broadcast is 15 foot. Click. 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 Click.
That's how I told
Click.
it. Huh? I just said click.
Click. Click. Click. Short broadcast 30 foot. Click. 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 No filter head tight.
There's a torque sequence here. So you start at 1 foot pounds, whatever that is. You go all the way around, then you go back and you start over with more foot pounds. That way it gets put on there evenly. Well, so it gets put on there evenly because that head right there, that holds a lot of pressure because that's where the firing goes. That's where that head is.
Looks like Team Elderbrock over there putting headers on, getting ready to get the final parts down on it. Got valve covers on. They've done their valve adjustment. They're moving along. It's right at 19 minutes and 20 seconds.
One, two.
That one, why'd you say so?
Just had
35 to qualify. So they'll be done in probably a couple minutes. Not much left to do. Now they had the exact same parts, but how close are they?
Each team has 4 engine builders trying to finish up their project to get everything done. Once they get valves adjustment, valve covers go on. They got the shivers in. Carburetor's got to go on. All that kind of stuff. They finish them up. Air cleaner goes on, and they go back behind the bench. And a judge can't say they're done until everything from outside has gone back into it.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Looks like Team Elderbrock's getting close over there. They're about ready to wrap theirs up. Team Durrelli Performance is just a little bit behind. Right at 22 minutes and 20 seconds. All right, Team Elderbrock, 22:46. Great job, guys, great job. Team Durrelli's right behind them. We'll see how they end up. 22:41. All right.